Welcome back to the third part of this journey, and as you can see here, the main focus in the game at the moment is getting rid of the Spanish army around Madrid and of course sieging Madrid. After we had established science districts within our two starting cities, I decided to build a commercial district within my second city, and as you can see, the stolen settler now founded a city on the coastline, as I said before. But aside from that, I also created a settler within my second city and moved him to the north of the continent which we are located on. You can see him here on the north of the screen, and I will settle him down on a little river. And the idea about this was that he will be close to iron. So far I don't have iron, and creating an iron mine will actually give me a eureka. And aside from that, if you follow the river alongside to the bottom left, you can see that there are once again two wheat fields, so building a watermill right there will be beneficial again. Aside from that, there's once again a salt tile, which comes along with the trade of Nubia really well. So as you see, Spain is begging for mercy, so they try to give me better and better peace treaties, but of course I decline, because now it's only a matter of time until I can capture Madrid. But as you can see with my current tech units, it takes really long to capture Madrid, and yeah, actually without crossbowmans I will really have a hard time to go any further than Madrid. So I'm lucky that Madrid did not have city walls. If they had city walls before I attacked them, I would have had a really hard time to capture the city. So I really think the archers only work in this really early time, and after that you really have to go for crossbowmen, and even crossbowmen struggle when facing cities with city walls. So after that you need siege units like bombards or later on artilleries. Usually the cities which I think are the easiest to conquer are those located on a coastline, because then you can attack them with ships. But like I said, aside from that, yeah, you will need some good siege units. Now, what you see at my capital is actually quite annoying, because there some barbarians are appearing, and those are rider barbarians, and they are super annoying because some barbarian camps are actually harder than your normal barbarian camps. So they spawn barbarians on horses pretty much, and they usually spawn huge amounts of barbarians. And I'm lucky because I'm unlucky that they spawned overall, but I'm lucky that they spawned that late in the game. So you see now they are already sending 4 units. And if they spawn next to a city of you in the first 20 turns, then it's pretty much good game, because all you do is pretty much defending against barbarians. You won't have an opportunity to do anything else. But at my point of the game, I already have a couple of cities. They are annoying, but I think I can handle them. And capturing Madrid now came at the perfect time, because now I have the opportunity to draw back my archers and send them to help my capital against these super annoying barbarians. So what they usually do is they destroy all the tiles around your cities, and also the districts and the building within the districts. So if they really rampage through your lands without you killing the units, they can really do quite a lot of damage. And at the moment it is kind of annoying for me, because I really want to finish the Petra, and if they destroy my stuff, yeah, creating the Petra might take a bit longer. And as I told you, on this level of difficulty, it is usually very hard to finish any world wonders at all. so most of the world wonders get stolen. And yeah, it's kind of scary having these barbarians around me now, because like I said, I really want to finish the Petra, else I wasted a lot of time, and I think if I would have lost the Petra, I would have been forced to yeah, load the game back up and go without the Petra. Okay, and what you see right here, or what you just saw right here, is also a new mechanic which came into the game with the Rise and Fall expansion pack. It is basically an emergency, and it can happen if someone conquers a city-state or a capital. And the emergency gives all the other civilizations the opportunity to conquer and free this city again. So in this case, the other civilizations have the opportunity to yeah, fight back and free Madrid. And if they are successful in doing that, they have about 20 or 30 turns, then they will get a lot of gold. And for me, the cool part is if they fail in doing so, I get the gold. And yeah, so I mean, I will be able to defend it, else, I mean, the game will be over anyways. So for me, this is really a welcome thing to have. Now, aside from that, you see I was just successful in finishing the Petra, and this is so cool. I mean, at the moment I don't have any desert mountain tiles, but as soon as I expand my borders, the tiles will be super good. They will produce like 4 production, 2 food, 2 gold, stuff like that. So it's really good and really beneficial for your capital, where you want to have not only a lot of food but also a lot of production for all the world wonders. Aside from that, I now also pushed the second city state to 3 envoys, so this means I get even more science output, which enables me to push the advantage which I currently have. Now, aside from the barbarians, something which is quite annoying is that my civilization is now that large that it gets unhappy. Of course, the long war is contributing to this, but as you can see, over the cities there are these little red symbols, and they indicate that most of my cities are unhappy. Therefore, I decided to construct an entertainment district within my capital in order to restore the happiness within my cities and get rid of all the civil unrest. But of course, the entertainment district won't be enough. So what I really need are some additional luxury resources. And so far I only have, I think, salt and foxes. So the coastal city offers me turtles, and yeah, I really need those turtles. If you look around, there are some additional luxury resources which I should be able to get. For instance, silk is there. I just have to expand my borders by a little bit, and this will help me a lot in keeping my civilizations happy again. Now, if you cannot manage to keep your cities happy, and this lasts for a long time, then your cities will fall into kind of a rebellion and barbarian units will spawn. But usually these barbarians are a lot stronger than normal barbarians, so they are current tech or even a bit higher in technology, and they can really mess up your cities. Now, in terms of this current barbarian camp, as you can see with my Nubian archers, I was capable of cleaning most of the barbarians, but when I marched forward to cleaning the barbarian camp, which is really far away, the barbarians overran my units, so I had to load a couple of autosaves in order to play this a bit more clean. And I mean, it's a bit lame to load stuff, but on the other hand, on Deity I think everything goes, because if you lose some of your high level units, it's really a really hard hit. So I hope I didn't mess up any of the cuts within the videos, so I hope everything seems to be in a continuous manner. In fact, like I said, I had to load a couple of times at this point because the Barbarian Camp was so annoying. But I think aside from that, throughout the whole game, I didn't even have to load saves. I think, like aside from that, I just played it in a linear manner, and yeah, went pretty smooth, I have to say. But we will see later on. Now, what was annoying me here about the coastal city was that, in fact, I really think I placed the coastal city not that well, because I can only reach the turtles, and it would have been a lot better if I could reach 2 or 3 sea resources. Actually, I think there was the potential to even reach 3 or 4 sea resources. So, if you have a lot of sea resources, it really makes a lot of sense to build a harbor district. But if you only have 1 sea resource, it's not that great. I mean, a harbor is still a good thing to have, but in general, I think the city on the coastline was so far my worst city. But still, it's alright, since it gives me access to the turtles, which I didn't have before. But if I'm not mistaken, so far I have 6 cities, and this is actually really insane for the amount of turns we've played. We've played about 70 turns, I think, and yeah, like I said, 6 cities, this is really quite a lot. Now, the war against Spain has not been over, of course, and I still declined the peace treaty. So my next goal were the 2 cities to the south. And both of these cities are actually really nice. They have a lot of resources, luxury tiles around them. So, like I said, both of these cities are actually really good. The thing I don't like about these cities, and in general, a thing which annoys me about cities which are constructed by the artificial intelligence, is that the cities are built so close together. So usually they have exactly 3 tiles spaced to each other, and this is actually really stupid. I don't know why the AI is programmed in a manner that the cities are built so close together, because every city has a radius of 3 tiles. You can actually see it right here, and within this radius you can construct buildings, districts, and you can also gather the resources. It does kind of not make sense to build the cities so close to each other, because if the cities really grow and someday might reach like 30 inhabitants, then you will have overlapping cities, and you really take away your own space. And as you can see here, Kandy in the south, and a bit to the northeast, you see to the northwest, sorry, you can see a city which the AI constructed, and they are just 4 tiles apart. So like I said, in the early game it doesn't really matter, but in the late game it's really annoying because the cities take away each other's space. But I mean, I guess the artificial intelligence is programmed in that way. It is kind of stupid, but we have to live with it. And this forces you as a player sometimes to the decision to maybe raise a city down and destroy it instead of capturing it. I mean, you're not really forced to do so, but sometimes I just do it because I really hate having so many small cities with not enough space. I really prefer having massive cities with a lot of space to grow, and really prefer that over this clustered mess what the artificial intelligence is doing most of their games. Now, if we look back into the north, we see that the Barbarian Camp is still not destroyed. As I said before, I really had problems getting rid of it because it spawned so many barbarians. And in addition to that, aside from being unable to raise it down, they even started attacking my little city here in the north. So they destroyed my tile improvements and also captured one of my builders. Sad times, I know. But aside from that, there were also some positive aspects. As you saw right here, I just entered a golden age, and I really like the look of the golden age, because if you enter a golden age, the whole the colors get more saturated, the screen gets more bright. In contrast, if you enter a Dark Age, everything looks very trist. I actually hate it if I play late in the night and everything is so dark. This feels kind of depressing. But now, like I said, I entered a Golden Age, so it can be super good and bring a lot of benefits. In my case, I think it's kinda okay-ish. So what it does is that my commercial districts and my harbor districts, aside from giving gold district bonuses, neighboring bonuses, they give me also in the same amount, they give me science bonuses. So I think actually the bonus science I get with it is not that high, because I think I only have 1 or 2 commercial districts at that point and no harbor district. So the bonus is very weak. The bonus can be very strong if you go on religion, because one of the choices for Golden Ages is that you can purchase builders and settlers with religion points. Unfortunately, I only have a really small output of religion points, so this option was not really good for me. But if you go for holy districts, I really think this is a great option, and I had a couple of games where I started out with holy districts instead of campus districts, and especially this Golden Age was super beneficial. Now, as you've just seen, a third civilization, Japan, has entered the world stage, and we will see how everything will keep going within the next videos. So hopefully see you again.